Hi, and welcome to A Plan for Joy in the Home's video series on cleaning your home. It's spring on the calendar, even though the weather's not cooperating, so I thought it'd be a great time to talk about the ins and outs of how to clean your home, because I've run into a number of people over the years who have told me that they never even really knew how to clean their house. They were never taught as a child, that their mother didn't know how to clean their house, so they grew up, got married, had kids, and didn't know what to do when it came time to keeping an orderly, clean house. So I decided it'd be a lot better to do a video series on it where we could walk through the basic steps, like actually walk through how to clean the different rooms of your house, as well as talk about how to schedule the cleaning, like what you would do on a weekly basis, what you might do on a monthly basis, and how to include your kids in this process too. Like what in each type of room, what can the kids do? And what are they capable of depending on their ages. Also, I'm going to walk you through different cleaning products and options that you can use on each of the types of rooms. So every Friday for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to go through the different types of rooms that we can clean, like the bedrooms and living rooms. Those are pretty much the same type of cleaning thing. The bathrooms, and then the kitchen, which is really kind of a beast of its own. And so I wore this shirt because this is how I feel about cleaning, but it's a necessity and it has to be done. So we might as well just, put a big smile on our face and get to it. So first of all, before we continue, I want to talk about the difference between tidying up and cleaning. So you can have a tidy home, which is presentable to your friends and relatives, or you can have the next level, I call it, which is a very clean home. So a lot of times over the years I would strive for the tidy home, just because on a daily basis that's a little bit easier to implement, and then go for the cleaning, maybe one level of cleaning once a week, and then definitely another deeper level of cleaning when I was going to have a birthday party, which with 7 kids was, pretty much every month. So that was kind of how I tackled cleaning the house. But tidying, I always just felt the need to do on a daily basis. And I would tackle that in a couple different ways. I would enlist my children. For a long time we had it where each of the children had a room that they were responsible for picking up. Because, there's kids, there's stuff everywhere. So the older kids had the bigger rooms that had more stuff, like the living room or the dining room where all the school books were, or the family room where all the toys were. And the younger kids might have rooms like, the front hall where the shoes are, or the back hall where all the book bags get thrown, things like that. And so every day at some point, probably before dinner it usually was, we would have 15 minutes where everybody would go to their assigned room and they would pick up all this stuff and put it back where it belonged. So at least at some point during the day, the house was back to ground zero. So that's kind of how I handled that. And then usually at night before I went to bed, just because I hated to get up to a messy house, I'd spend, 10, 15 minutes picking up whatever might have got strewn around in the evening. So I like to think you could have your house picked up in about half an hour, especially with the aid of your children, so that if somebody called you up and said, hey, I'm going to stop over real quick, you sound the alarm, everybody goes into tidying up mode, puts everything where it belongs, and within half an hour, you're not embarrassed to have somebody walk through your door. Now, does that mean your house is spotless or sparkling clean? Absolutely not. And I think that's okay, because we only have so many hours in a day. We have to cut ourselves some slack. So tidying up, that's been my tidying method for the last 20 years. So I'm going to show you now the things that you're going to need to have ready for next week when we go into how to clean your living room and your bedroom. Okay, so let's talk about the things that you're going to need when you want to start cleaning. The first and most important thing is a good playlist and a good speaker, because who doesn't like to clean without music? You gotta have a good music, so I have my my 80s playlist. Pick your music. You know, whatever motivates you and your kids. But before I had my kids helping me with cleaning, I would use all the products like, you know, Pledge and Comet and all those harsher chemicals. Once I got my kids involved, I kind of didn't want them getting that stuff all over their hands and things like that. So I kind of did some research and looked into natural products. So when it comes time to dusting and that, I found a good all-natural, I think it's vinegar, olive oil, and lemon essential oils. I can put the recipe in the notes for this video. But you can use, you know, your spray things too. I would say definitely invest in some good microfiber cloths. I mean, back when I was a kid, you know, we used to use old underwear and old rags. So now that they have microfiber cloths, I highly recommend investing in those. And then really for the only other thing you might possibly need for any mirrors or windows would be a good roll of paper towels. If you like, you know, regular window cleaner, or I've been trying this Mrs. Meyer's window cleaner. I never had luck with vinegar on my windows. I don't know. So if that works for you, great. So really next week when we get into the ins and outs of cleaning your bedrooms and living rooms and basic rooms like that, these are the things you're going to need. So go ahead and stock up on all that, and I'll see you next Friday for our first cleaning project. Have a good weekend.